Today, we're going to be focusing on some writing skills. First, though, if you have not watched the Nonsense Show by Eric Carle, go back, watch that, and then come back to this video because that is going to be our focus of the day, or our topic of the day is nonsense. And so if you've already watched it, you already know what the word nonsense means. It means silly, it means funny, things that really don't make much sense. And that's kind of our topic of the day. So today, I want us to write about something that makes no sense at all, something that is so super silly. So first in my brain, I'm going to think, what do I think is super silly? And I'm going to illustrate that. So I'm going to draw, and remember, I'm not an artist. I'm going to draw head. This is going to be my head. You can only see part of it though. Give myself a little bit of hair on top. Give myself some eyeballs and some eyebrows and nose. And you can't really see my mouth. But what the nonsense silly part is going to be what is growing on my head? A flower. A flower is growing on my head. That's going to be the nonsense part of my writing today. So I want you to think in your brain, what is something so silly, something that makes no sense to you, but you want to write about it? So go ahead and get that in your brain. And once you have it in your brain, let's start focusing on what we want to write. Remember, our illustration needs to match our writing. So whatever our topic is, that's what our writing needs to have. Remember, whenever the reader reads it out loud, it needs to match our illustration. So what does a sentence always begin with? Right, a capital or uppercase letter. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my sentence. I think flowers growing on my head is silly. All right, so I want you to look at my writing. What do you notice? I have an uppercase letter to start off my sentence. What do I have between my words? Right, I have finger spaces or meatball spaces, whatever you want to call it. But remember, we need spaces between our words so the reader knows where our words stop and start. Because remember, if we put all this together, it's going to look like a bunch of mumbo jumbo and can't no one read it. So I have uppercase letter to start my sentence. I have finger spaces. And what do I end my sentence with? Right, a punctuation mark, and I chose a period. So I said, I think flowers growing on my head is silly. Does my writing match my illustration? Yes. So whenever you get ready to write today, make sure that your writing and your illustration match. Make sure you start your sentence with an uppercase letter. Make sure you have finger spaces between your words. And make sure you give the reader an ending mark. That way the reader knows where your sentence ends. So I hope you enjoyed this Writer's Workshop lesson with Grow Your Brain, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.